Good morning, Stitchy friends. Today I'm going to do a Twinchy Tuesday in 20 minutes. So, what are Twinchies? For me, um, there is a hashtag, and I've seen a lot of other ladies who do Twinchy Tuesdays. I think they mainly do paper crafting, but for me, a Twinchy is a 2-inch piece of base fabric. That's what I start with. Then this is the kind of thing that I end up with. This was 2 inches. I think I cut off part of the edge. And then it's made into a, whoop, look at that. It's a hidden paper clip. I'll fix that later. And then this one is another hidden paper clip. I don't know if I'm going to make them all into hidden paper clips, or like I have this that I made that started out as a twinchy. And I have things like this. I painted that. I want to decorate the back. I want to do something on the back of that. And then I have things like this that I got in the mail from Inspiration Studio. And I just thought that was really pretty. I want to turn that into something. And then I have things like this, and I made some tags and this that I want to turn into something. And I made this. I love this kitty cat button. Had to use it in something. And then this is a label. Whoop, don't want to do that. This is a label that I got from Needle in a Haystack with some linen that I bought. And I wanted to make sure to save this information so that I would know where I got that wonderful linen that I liked. And this is, there's a pattern. I have pattern paper. I have some that I put on. This is freezer paper with the waxy side. I just ironed some pattern paper on there. And then I have things like this. I have this whole bag of little things. So we're going to use yo-yos, and then I also have, this is one of my doodle cloths. I might cut that up later. But today what we're going to do, this is I could put something on there, and then here's some tags that I made. Okay. But today we're going to spend 20 minutes making a little thing. And I have over here, you can't see them, I have some orts. These are just, orts are little pieces of threads that I have left over from what I was working on. And this is my idea, is that I'm going to start with something like this. I have my green. Doesn't really match, I don't care. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tack this down. This is some trim that I got on Etsy. I had some trim like this that was pink that I've had for years and years and years. And I was running out. Decided I had to go online and see if I can find some more. There's this Google image search that you can do these days. Gotta love it. But you know what I don't have? I don't have tea. Should have made a cup of tea before I sat down. I want to leave that white flour white, so I'm not going to tack that down. And let's put this underneath that flour there. And maybe I should pay more attention the next time I see that. I'll look in the description and see, whoop, and see who hosts it or what. Like there's got to be some kind of a deal. Because I have questions. Do you post your video on Tuesday? Do you record your video on Tuesday? Does it have to be, does the finished thing have to be 2 inches, or do you start with 2 inches? You know, these are all things I need to know. And I may or may not get comments from those ladies who do these things. I don't know if they watch my videos. If you do paper crafting, do you watch stitching videos? I do stitching videos, and I watch a lot of stitching videos, but I also watch a lot of junk journal videos. I love to do junk journaling. I don't do much of it, but this time I'm combining junk journals with, I've just decided that I'm going to put in one of those Queen Anne's lace. That's what it's called. I'm thinking might be pink Queen Anne's lace, but you know, in my world, that's okay. What was I saying? I hate when I interrupt myself and then I lose my train of thought. Oh, I'm doing a favorite things stitch book, but it's not just stitching. It's going to be, I have paper pages. Oh, I made pages out of paper. And I'm gonna put, suppose I could have made them out of fabric. I just didn't want to. Jennifer Clouston did one. She has her lovely Jane who made her a book. And it has all music pages. Now what did I do there? Okay, you see that? I'm gonna just come over here. Oh, look at that. I put dots on here. I'm just gonna come over here and see, I don't have a backing fabric to sew that into. I'm gonna go underneath that trim. And I don't know that this matters because I'm going to glue it down. Yeah, you know what? Doesn't matter. But let's just, yeah, whatever. All right. Did it again. I interrupted myself. Sometimes I do these things and then I get all finished and I don't like it. So you never see it. So I hope this one works out okay and you get to see it. This is a colonial knot. Don't pull too tight. I'll show you in slow motion what I just did there. I think most of my stitches are slow motion because, you know, I'm just kind of slow. I'm going to go back, make a backward C, back that way, and then around this way. See the X? Or like a figure 8. And then I'm going to go up like 1 or 2 threads away from where I came up. And then I'm going to tighten. I hold the needle from the back and tighten that knot there. Not too tight because you don't want it to like totally disappear. And then when you pull the thread down, you don't want to completely make the C the other way to make like a figure 8. And then hold the needle from the back and tighten, not too tight, and then pull to the back, but not too much. You know, leave it looking like a little tiny rosebud. Now you can, I'll pause at each stage. So you can either do a screenshot or get out your phone and take a photo just to remember all the steps. So here's step 1. Back like a C and around this way. And then that direction. See the figure 8? And then back in a couple threads away. And then hold from the back. See, I'm holding from the back. And pull the thread to tighten it down against the fabric, not too tight. And then I'm going to pull through while I'm holding that there. And this thread that I have is from Sherry Iris. It's this beautiful I think it's a silk wool blend. I used to know. You know, I don't like that one. See that? I don't like that one. I think it's I don't want to put my needle into the bottom. I'm going to go to the right and tighten it down. There we go. And then let's put one right there. I know that there are fluffy little flowers like this that are pink. I think it's called alyssum. I used to have them by my house, at my house, my apartment that I had a bunch of these little tiny pink flowers. do one down here. Backwards, see, around this way and then around that way. There's the 8. One thread away. Pull to tighten. Pull through. Down this way. Oh, I got quiet. My neighbors are out there talking. I don't know what they're saying, but they're going shopping, I'm pretty sure. Okay, it's looking a little squarish to me. And I want it to be more roundish. Well, I understood that. The lady over there has 5 girls. They're Hispanic, and she doesn't, her English is not very good. But they do talk in English now and then. The little girl just said, "Love you." It's so cute. They're so cute. Okay. Oh, I'm at almost 20 minutes already. I thought I'd get a couple made. Did I talk too much before I got started? I want to go above where I came out. I think that looks better. I don't know why. Ho, ho, ho. Well, I might need to get more thread. This is the problem when using orts. If you run out, you have to make another ort. Maybe I can get one more. This is me, if you know me. It's me always playing thread chicken. One more. Of course, we could always do this. Just unthread it. Oh, no, I can go a little bit more. How silly is that? I know what's going to happen. I'm going to get this one more knot in there, and then I'll think, oh, it needs more. It needs more. This is what happens when you lose thread chicken. Okay. Well, that's just going to have to do. I think it's kind of cute. Okay, that's my video. Thanks for joining me and Mitzi. A wonderful day. Bye.